Hi, this is Doug, coming to you at this one from, believe it or not, Grand Canyon. Can I convince anybody that this is San Clemente Beach? No, okay, I didn't think so. This time we're going to talk about all the various ways that you can really work your timeshare, or that there is to work, so that you want to make sure that you have a timeshare. Before you buy it, you want to make sure you have a timeshare that can do these things, that you can really work, okay? So the first thing is if you have first of all, if you have a point-based, well, it's points. You use your points, and when they're gone, they're gone. So there's really not much to talk about that. Yeah, you can go 1 day here, 2 days there, but when they're gone, they're gone. But as long as you have a deeded, floating timeshare, week-based timeshare, these are some of the benefits that are quite often available to you. And a lot of people, I've had people who've had a timeshare for 10 years, and they have no idea that they could do anything other than their week. What a waste. It's unfortunate. That's part of why I'm doing these videos, so you guys can get all educated how to work it, okay? So the first thing is to check and see whether they have bonus time. Bonus time is it's a benefit for both people. The resort, since they let you choose when you're going to stay, sometimes it gets close to a time and there are 5 units that haven't been picked, and they're going to go to waste. And so the homeowner association says, well, gee, we'd like to at least get something out of them. Why don't we give the owners, you have to be an owner to get this bonus time, why don't we give these owners a really great discount if it's less than X amount of days, a month, 3 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 45 days. Whatever the time, once it hits under that time, you can call them up. You say, hey, you got anything available for this timeshare? And if they say yes, and it happens to me all the time, I called up one time. I have a timeshare that's on the beach in San Diego. Okay, 2-bedroom unit on the beach, the sea in Mission Beach. And I called them up at the end of June. The end of June, I called them up and said, hey, you got anything open for the next month? And they said, you know what, we just had a cancellation. This next week is available if you want it. And my price to get that bonus time for a whole week was $351. So I got a whole week in a 2-bedroom place on the beach in Mission Beach, right by the pier. And guess what week that was? The 4th of July. So, yeah, it is possible. Of course, it's more likely that you're going to get these extra times during the off times. Like if you're a beach, I would suggest starting in like late April, May, June. You could probably pick some up. By the time you hit July, it's pretty hard. Okay? So the bonus time and that's unlimited. Unlimited. Sometimes the people require you to be there. Other times they require one of your family to be there. Other times they don't care who goes there. So you can give it to a friend and let the friend stay there. Or a friend calls you up and says, I'd like to go. I do that all the time. And I say, yeah, I can get you here. And I just have them pay, I 3-way them and they can pay for it. I don't want to get involved in that. And they got the weekend. The other thing is that once you own a timeshare, you could belong to a trading company. Now, Interval International and RCI, they charge you about $90 a year to become a member. But you can be a member of trading places for nothing. You can be that for free. And what happens is they all three have, whether they call it hot deals, extra vacation, extra getaways, whatever they want to call it, they're letting it, again, it's short notice stuff usually, 2 months or less. The quicker it is, the cheaper it is. If you get something that's only 3 weeks away, You could probably get it for $249, $349 a whole week. 2, 3, whatever size, wherever it's at. So that's another way, and that doesn't take from your points, doesn't take from anything. You just simply pay it. The only difference is that with RCI and II, if you are going to have a friend go, you have to pay quite a bit for a guest pass. With RCI, it's like $79 over. Let's say they get it for $249, so it'd be over $300 then if you're having a guest go. The other thing is you could rent your week. Now you could rent your whole week, and there are a lot of people who do that and make money at it. I don't go that route. I'm dealing in kind of a fast turnaround. So whenever I rent something, I go for the bottom line. I usually rent for $5.95 for the whole week or $6.95. So my price is usually under $100 a night for a timeshare. So if you paid $700 maintenance fee, you're just barely breaking even, so you're not making money. But I know there's a lot of people who are getting $1,000, $1,500. I don't know how they do it or where they're advertising, because sometimes I have problem getting rid of a given one, even at the 600 or 700. But that is a way that you could. But here's the way that I work the renting. Give you an example. I'm looking through a trading company and trading places, and it's the first part of August, and all of a sudden up pops a Jackson Hole 2-bedroom on the 16th of August, just 2 weeks away. And it's a extra week. It's one of my extra weeks that they gave me. So it cost me $229 for the vacation for the week, and it was an extra. Wasn't the one I traded, but I live in Mesa, and that's 2-day drive from me and 2-day back. I can't stay there a week. My wife can't get off that much. So what I did is I ran an ad in Idaho and Utah for 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, at Jackson Hole for only $99 a night, including tax. That's a heck of a deal. People were delighted to get it. But I spent that time driving up. And then I get there on Monday morning. So I got there and I took it over from Monday to Friday, left Friday morning, and then I spent the next weekend and got home. Well, they paid me $300, cost me $229, so they even helped pay my gas. I got a free vacation. I do it all the time. I got a free vacation at Flagstaff. Flagstaff, by the way, if you're looking to get to Grand Canyon, Flagstaff is probably the closest. There are some hotels close to, but Timeshares, there's a Wyndham Flagstaff that comes up quite often on the trading companies. And it's a nice place, really nice place, really family orientated. Great kids room and, playroom, game room and pool and everything. It's a great place. So, but then there's also Sedona, not too much further. And Sedona is kind of a world-class mystic place. They have supposed vortexes. If you're into that, I don't know about that, but it's really it's a really big tourist attraction, Sedona, and beautiful rock formations and everything. And they have a place there called Slide Rock. If you ever go to Sedona, don't miss Slide Rock. It is fun. It's fun. The stream slides down a mountainside that's cut through it's a great place. Anyhow, so I got off on that. If you have a like, for instance, if you have a what they call a lock-off or lockout, that's where you have actually 2 units. You bought a big unit so you could have 2 bedrooms, but there's 2 front doors. So you could split them up. And if you traded it, you could trade 2 1-bedrooms and get like through Trading Places, you get 4 weeks. But if you use it all together, you got yourself, like in Sedona here, I owned just sold it, I owned a Sedona Springs. It's a 2-bedroom plus a loft, sleeps 10 people. It's a great place. It's got their own front doors. It's got a massive, beautiful upgraded kitchen. So there's another place you could go if you're looking for that. But I've sidetracked there. But if you get one of these lock-offs, that's an advantage to you. Use one and rent one. Or you could use them both, or you could rent one week, rent the other another week, so you're getting 2 vacations out of the same thing. So that's a way that you can, the other thing is the bonus time. I have one resort that a couple years ago my kids wanted to get all together, and we have a lot of kids, so we went up to a ski slope in Utah and we rented it, and that particular one cost me $45 for the first 2 nights and $35 every other night. So I called them up. I says, how many 3-bedroom units do you have available? We got it on the last week that the slopes were open, knowing that the business had died and that I'd have a good chance to get stuff last minute. You got to work smart. And they said, we have 5. I said, great, I'll take 4. 4 3-bedroom units. That's 12 bedrooms, 12 bed. Nobody's even on a couch, okay? And that whole thing cost me around $500. We had a great time. So, what's sad to me is when the people have had them and they just didn't know any of these things. And so that's part of, like I say, part of why I'm doing this video. So I hope that gives you a little bit better insight on what to know about. So when you're getting your timeshare, you can make sure you get one that gets you a lot of these advantages. And if you have already got your timeshare, you want to make sure you're getting the most out of your timeshare. Okay, so with that, this is Doug Gallagher signing off. Thanks.